So it was the entrepreneur, it was the attorney, it was the whatever that were very, very strong negotiators. But the rapport was so strong that we took it to what I called the conflict of interest in my sales process. And I wrote actually a sales book when I left that store. I did a couple seminars. But the conflict of interest that I'm always looking for is, Billy, what should I pay? The conflict of interest is they're asking me for advice, which is a very strong trust and respect position. Mm-hmm. But it's a conflict of interest because I could be looking out for my pocketbook or my gross, and I had to walk the line of the trust and walk the line of not giving away the 88 5,000-mile Testarossa with 3 sets of keys and all the books and the fire extinguisher and the original car cover that took me a year and a half to get. Mm-hmm. So, maybe I'd make 10 grand on the car when I could have made 20, and you can't take 5 because it takes you another year to go get one. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to always be put in that conflict of interest. Jeff, what's a fair deal? Mm-hmm. I knew when I got to the point of the customer asking me, it's like they're asking me to buy somewhere else.
Sure.
Same context, but that's from the 100 phone calls. That's the only place it comes from.
Yeah. So let me stop right here and just make a comment on this. So what Jeff's telling you right here is if you have a strong enough process, and most importantly, a strong enough process and a strong enough dedication and commitment to work your ass off and make those 100 phone calls, 500 per week, then you can get your customer, your lead. They're not your customer until they buy, but you can get your potential customer. I like calling them leads. Some people don't. You can get them on your side to the point that where it's a conflict of interest. They're actually saying, Jeff, what should I do? And that's what you want. Now, that has happened to me often, especially with repeat once you have that trust. But man, to hear you say that it's a goal from the beginning is powerful. So, we should probably do 28 shows so we could unpack each one of these. There's so many things we could talk about, but that is an amazing second time you've got me. Okay. Second time you got me on the show or surprised me with something that I haven't really thought about.
Billy, let me interject what you just said. When you start with that in mind, I didn't want to sell them too soon. Mm-hmm. If I met them in an event or met them through referral or met them because they called on an advertisement or something, and they would, in the first call or first couple of weeks, say, let's work a deal on this car, I didn't want to do it because I knew it was going to turn into a normal grind and give me your best price and let me call 28 stores, because I didn't earn the rapport level, earn the trust level for it to be, let's just flip a coin over the last $5,000, fax me a buyer's order. Thank you very much. So what I wanted to do was get the customer to the point of relationship and trust so that it could be a quick, easy deal, even if it took a year. After being there 6 years, we actually looked backwards. Well, we looked at it in the 4th year. The average sale that we had from incubation period, the average deal we had from meeting someone to closing them, average was 18 months. Because there's no need buyer. There's no one needing to get to work on Monday. This is just an ornament they're going to put in their garage, put 12 miles on it, and trade it again to me in 3 more months, right? They just want to show their buddies when they're over. So that meant for everyone that came in and bought a car right now because they got a windfall or came in with their girlfriend while their wife was out of town, which I don't advocate, but it happened. That means we also had one for 3 years. That took us 3 years of staying in touch. So we met them at a Sarasota Wine Fest, or met them at a $14 million open house that we wanted to stick our cars out in front of for obvious reasons, et cetera, et cetera.